Umrah in Ramadan 2025. A road trip from Riyadh. Table of contents. Summary. Riyadh to Taif. Taif to Makkah. Bus from Hada Parking to Haram. Performing Umrah. Halq, haircut. Bus from Haram to Hada Parking. To Taif and Riyadh. FAQ. Summary. Since Ramadan 2025 was set to begin on a weekend, we planned to perform Umrah at the start of Ramadan. As soon as the booking opened, we reserved Umrah slots for Saturday, March 1st, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. This timing ensured that our Umrah would fall within Ramadan, regardless of whether the moon was sighted on Friday or Saturday. The outline of our plan was: Friday, travel to Taif and spend the night there. Saturday, visit Makkah to perform Umrah, then return to Taif. Sunday, depart from Taif and drive back to Riyadh. Riyadh to Taif. Our journey began on Friday morning at around 9:15 a.m., which was later than ideal. The roads had significant traffic, which is unusual for a Friday morning. My son counted 612 trucks in an hour of journey. To avoid traffic, it is recommended to leave earlier, around sunrise or just after Fajr prayer, as the roads are typically much clearer at that time. We reached Taif and checked in hotel at 4:30 p.m. Taif to Makkah. We left Taif around 1:45 p.m., traveled via the Hada route and reached the parking outside Makkah by 2:45 p.m. This is called Hada Parking or Hada bus station. During Ramadan, cars from outside Makkah are not allowed to enter the city, especially if you are wearing an ihram, so we had to park our car in this parking and take a bus to the Haram. This restriction is to manage traffic in Makkah, and it is more convenient than trying to find a parking near Haram. The bus ticket price was 18 Saudi riyals and 40 halalas per adult. Kids were free. Upon entering the parking area, you received 2 receipts, one for your car and another for the bus ride. Keep both receipts safe. The bus ride receipt will be checked while boarding the bus and the car receipt will be taken back while leaving the parking on your car. Carefully note down the location of your car so that it's easier to find it upon your return. Bus from Hada Parking to Haram. The buses were ready, and we only had to wait for a few minutes before departure. However, despite the quick boarding process, the driver faced difficulties navigating Makkah's roads due to diversions and detours. It took approximately an hour to reach Haram parking. He should have been an expert of this route, but that was not the case, and we faced similar situation last year. Thus, a tip for planning your trip is to allocate at least an hour for this bus ride to account for potential delays. This parking near Haram is near Sheraton Makkah Jabal Al Kaaba Hotel. This parking is dedicated for buses going to and from Hada Parking, thus while returning, you will need to return to this parking to take your bus. Performing Umrah. Upon arrival, it was Asr time, and we aimed to perform Tawaf in the Matif area. Nearest entrance to reach Matif area was Umrah Gate. Upon reaching it, security guards informed us that entry would only be permitted after Asr prayer. We offered a sar outside the Umrah Gate. Once the entrance was opened, we tried to reach Matif, but the stairs and escalators to Matif were closed due to huge crowd. After waiting for some time it opened, but we found that the Matif was extremely crowded, even in the outermost circle. Given the slow movement, we decided to proceed to the rooftop instead. It is recommended that you see the crowd situation of Matif on live stream before targeting it. The rooftop had fewer people, and the weather was pleasant. Although the rooftop route is longer, it was still a better option than the ground or first floors. We completed Tawaf in approximately 50 minutes. Following Tawaf, we performed Sa'i on the same floor, which took around 40 minutes, finishing just before Maghrib prayer. Halq, haircut. We offered Maghrib prayer at Marwa, where we had completed the Sa'i, and then we went out of the indoor area of the masjid and traveled to the clock tower for the haircut. On the left side of the entrance to the mall of the clock tower, there used to be several barber shops, but now the entire area has been renovated into a large, centralized barber shop named 30 Degrees Barbershop. They had a separate counter for payment, and after payment you could proceed for the haircut. There were 3 services available. Full head shave, 20 Saudi riyals. Haircut using scissors, 20 Saudi riyals. Haircut using a machine, 15 Saudi riyals. The queues for payments through cards were long, while the cash payment line was shorter. After the payment there was no waiting time. The service was well organized, and the barber provided a thorough and professional haircut. During crowded days like Ramadan, the entrance from this part of the mall is one way. This means while exiting the barbershop, you cannot come out of the mall from where you entered. The exit is in front of Carrefour and Al Raji ATM. Location provided below. If someone is waiting for you, they should wait near the exit location rather than the entrance. Bus from Haram to Hada Parking. After the haircut, we returned to the bus station near Sheraton Makkah Jabal Al Kaaba Hotel. The buses were ready, and after a short wait, we departed. The return journey took only about 30 minutes, much faster than the trip to Haram. After reaching the parking lot, we resumed our journey back to Taif in our car. While leaving the parking, we handed over the car receipt to the guard. To Taif and Riyadh, we stopped at the first petrol station to offer Isha and dinner. We then traveled via the Hada road back to our hotel in Taif and reached there by 10:15 p.m. On Sunday morning, we departed from Taif at 11 a.m. and reached Riyadh at 6:30 p.m. The total time duration from Taif Hotel to Makkah and back at hotel was around 8 hours. FAQ. Q. Why is parking outside Makkah required? And how does the bus system work from Hada Parking during Ramadan? A. Cars from outside Makkah, especially those driven by people wearing ihram, are often restricted from entering the city during Ramadan to manage traffic congestion. You'll need to park your car at Hada Parking, Hada bus station, and take a bus to the Haram. You'll receive 2 receipts, one for your car and one for the bus ride. Note your car's location in the parking area for easier retrieval. Allocate about an hour for the bus ride, as there can be delays due to traffic and diversions. Q. What are the crowd considerations and alternatives when performing tawaf during Ramadan? A. The Matif area can be extremely crowded during Ramadan. If it's too congested, consider performing tawaf on the rooftop, which tends to be less crowded and offers a more comfortable experience. Check live streams to assess the crowd situation before making your decision. Q. Where can I get a haircut, Halq, near the Haram, and what is the process? A. The barber shops near the clock tower have been renovated into a centralized barber shop called 30° Barbershop. Payment is made at a separate counter before proceeding for the haircut. Services include full head shaves, haircuts with scissors, and haircuts with a machine, all at a set price. Q. What are the bus station locations and the bus travel times from Hada Parking to Haram? A. The bus from Hada Parking drops passengers off near Sheraton Makkah Jabal Al Kaaba Hotel. Return buses to Hada Parking depart from the same location. The bus ride to Haram can take approximately an hour due to traffic and diversions, while the return trip to Hada Parking is typically faster, around 30 minutes. Q. What are important details to remember about the car and bus tickets during the transportation process between Hada Parking and the Haram? A. When parking at Hada Parking, make sure to obtain and safeguard both the car parking receipt and the bus ticket. You will need to show the bus ticket when boarding the bus. When exiting the parking area, you will need to give the parking ticket to the parking attendant. Also, be sure to note down the location in the parking area where you left your car.